We need to talk. Seriously. Originally, this video was just going to be ranting about how people suck. However, I'm kind of past that. I survived. I don't really care anymore. I just think that I should use what happened as an excuse to talk about boundaries. Because I really think I should have done this when I started with the whole furry shit. But I didn't. So I think I should take this time now to say what my boundaries are and what they will forever be. This will never change. I'm just going to say that here. And if I ever try and say, actually, I take that back, you can do this, I'm sick in the head and you need to check up on me. Because I will never permit anyone to do anything of the nature that happened or similar. If there's an N in front of the SFW and anything that I post, then something's up with me. And I'm not okay. So I promise this will never change. So, without any chit-chat, let's talk boundaries. This is Miles. This is a character I made in October of 2021. This has been my branding for the last little bit. And I made him as, by technicality, yes, he is a quote-quote fursona. However, I don't really like to label him as such, and I don't know why. I mean, technically that is literally what he is, but I never like to portray myself on a character I made, if that makes sense. Like, if someone calls me Miles, okay, but it is really not preferred. So, because it feels like I'm losing a part of who I am, and I'm not trying to punch on like people that do prefer that, especially online, because online it can make sense if it's like your username, but I've always been Noah. Noah, it has always been my name. My old usernames were Noah J. J is my middle initial. Noah J. Blah blah blah. Or I think there was another thing. Maybe there wasn't. No, it was Noah J290, then Noah J0729, and then there was Supernova plushes. The only time I've had a username that isn't my name was SNP Media, when I was using that as my name. But guess what the N means in SNP? Oh, Noah. But yeah, I've always preferred to be called Noah. And I know, like, internet safety, you shouldn't use your real name, but that's just what I prefer. It's just easier for me. And so, how this correlates to Miles is how I don't like being called, like, I don't like thinking of Miles as myself. Like, I can use him to represent myself in places that I don't, like, want to. Like, if I don't want to do a face cam, then I will use the VTuber thing, or PNG tube, or whatever. But, or if I'm drawing, then I draw it as Miles. But the thing is with that is that's just like a cartoon. Like, otherwise, if you're talking to me, you're talking to me. You're not talking to this character that I made. And how this relates to boundaries is, I feel like that's boundary 1. Calling me by me. I am Noah. I am a human. Just like everyone else. So, my preference, and this can be seen as a boundary, is refer to me as Noah, and don't try to RP with me. That is where it's too far. Because I'm not trying to say... When I say I hate something, I'm not trying to say I hate people who do it. Because I don't care. You're your own person, you can do whatever. But I hate RP, personally. So, that's boundary 1. You're talking to me, not Miles. Don't RP with me. Boundary 1 and 2. Boundary 3, don't make NSFW or suggestive art of any of my characters, because technically I gotta say that now, because remember Jim Cole? I kind of forgot about him. But I have a feeling that can go wrong too, because people like to take the simplest shit and ruin it. So, that's boundary 3. Do not make suggestive or NSFW art of my character, quote, S, quote. I guess we can throw fuck in there. You know, the duck that I made in a Mario Paint stream? I guess we could throw that in there. But he's literally just a generic yellow duck, so I guess that doesn't really work. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Just don't be weird. That's why I have my bio on Twitter the way it is. Because people like to overstep. And they like to think they're in the right for shit. It's like, no, you're young. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm 16. I know how to think for myself. Thank you. So, please, listen to these boundaries. If you don't, fuck off. And if you're gonna make art of Miles or whatever, and you don't know where the line between suggestive and not suggestive is, then it's probably suggestive. I don't like those people that are like 14 years old and then they draw like completely fucking pear-shaped, bottom-heavy ass fucking characters. Like, if your Twitter bio has the age of 14 and suggestive in it, why are you the way that you are? You know what you're doing. You're trying to attract people that you probably shouldn't be doing at that age. And that's a problem. So, look into that and try and solve it. Otherwise, I don't care. Just leave me out of it. Like, that's another thing with the whole shit that happened. If you're wondering, I didn't want to get into detail, but the reason I'm making this is because someone made fetish art of Miles. My favorite. Ah, beautiful. Lovely. Yum. Amazing. No. Fuck off. And I'm saying this in the way that I am because I'm not trying to say, if you have a fetish, fuck off, go kill you. No, I don't care. I do not care. But if you drag me into it, that's where I care. Because that is fucking weird. Especially considering, as I've mentioned, my age is 16. Even when I turn 18, keep that shit away from me. Because that is just unacceptable. Crossing boundaries is unacceptable. That has been my rant. I didn't want it to be this long, but I really felt I needed to make this point clear. Please, just be good people. It's that easy. And with that all said and done, say bye to Miles temporarily or forever. I don't know. Just however long I want to get rid of him. And until then, have a good one.